How's everyone doing this morning? Still just kind of getting going? How is everyone doing? Let's try it one more time. Y'all, I need a little energy. Like we're like a level 4. I need like a 7. How's everyone doing? That was like, okay, that is what I'm talking about. All right, we'll do some trivia just to see if see who's here. How many men are here? Just simple trivia. Men, we can do this. Okay. Ladies? It's always interesting. Different crowds would be like, the men will make noises, and the women are polite sometimes, or men are polite. Anyways, how many people here work in SaaS? This is everyone. Are you in the right place? SaaStock. Everybody here. How many people here are running SaaS or working in a SaaS business? So half? I just want to try to see who's here. You are? Totally looking at you. Yeah? SaaS business? SaaS business? All right, SaaS business people. How many people are like providers, partners, VCs? Who's the rest? I don't know. Okay. How many other people here are bootstrapped? Some people bootstrapped. Nice, Kyle. And then how many people here how many people here get stressed about their job? Seriously? I need to change jobs with y'all. Yeah, Nick. How many people here work at AppSumo? Yeah, hell yeah. Hey, what's up, Dylan? So I had a speech with frog.com. They're better than Intercom or similar to Intercom, better price been on AppSumo. I had a little speech about marketing tactics of what you can do in your business, about how to grow it. We've been able, fortunately, to grow AppSumo to a pretty sizable company promoting great products. And as I was making that speech, I realized like there's a bigger problem about our feelings. I know, it's kind of like a weird thing to bring up, feelings. But I wanted to just go over today, what are the feelings of a founder, whether you're a founder or if you're an employee or a teammate or you're a venture capitalist or you're the SaaStock team running this, we all get stressed. And so how do we deal with the stress? So this is a question, audience, I need you, this is 2 ways. It's not just me talking up here. What is success? What do you guys imagine success is? This is where you shout out. What is success? What do you guys, when you see on Twitter, when you look at another company, another person, what do you think? Getting shit done. Yeah, what else? Yeah. Enjoying what you do. Building something that matters is success. Hey, what's up? Huh? Freedom. Who said that? Freedom. What else? What else? What's success? Someone who's like tweeting a bunch and they have like a really great bio about how rich they are. Some fucking YouTube video where they're super rich too. What else is success, sir, for yourself? Or what do you imagine? Yeah, why not? That success is going home feeling like you had a good day. Yeah. FU money. Yeah, having enough money. And then what does that mean to you? Exactly. Exactly. You have enough money to do whatever it is you want to do. And how much is FU money? I'm always curious. What's your number? 5 and 10. We can do this. That's the next speech. We're going to be at SaaStock Dublin later this year. That's what the speech is going to be about. All right, so there's different, Pev, what's success for you? What do you imagine is? Freedom to do whatever you want. So we have these ideas about, you see someone tweeting all the time. You see this company, they must be doing so well. You hear about them all the time. OpenAI, talking about that. And people are thinking we're doing great. But what I'm really curious about is for yourself, this is where we kind of have an interesting conversation. How are you feeling about your success and your job and your business? Yeah. Nervous, gonna make a mistake. Yeah, thank you for being honest about that. What are you nervous about? Damn, that's pretty scary. How does that feel like on a Monday or in like on a daily basis? Can you guys hear him over there? Here, I'm just going to give you the mic just to say it again.
No, just stepping away from the corporate world and a paying job and trying to bootstrap and follow your passion. And did you, if you don't turn the corner, have you made a mistake out of all of it?
How many people can relate to that? Everyone here. This is where everyone just raise your hand, even if you're lying. Just raise your hand. Yes, everyone can relate. Who else? How else are people feeling about their jobs? I love that. Thank you for sharing that. Who else? I'll come give you the mic. How are you guys feeling? Yeah, how do you feel about your business, your job?
I love what I do, but it's true that at every step I go forward, it's also that I have to assume more uncertainties, and so that's like kind of you know that's exciting, and at the same time is yeah, of course.
So a lot of times in these presentations, we can talk about churn. We can talk about our growth team at AppSumo, the sales team. We can talk about working at Facebook, getting to the FU money number. Next presentation, you can buy my course. I'll teach you how to do that. But the reality is a lot of the things, it's not actually tactical. It's more this mental stuff, right? It's like, oh man, I'm scared. So for me, I even said, does anybody else want to share a feeling about how it's going in your business or in your job even? How's it going for you? Yeah. He's a month into his job, so he's excited. But do people here besides me? So I feel scared, even though we have a company, we have profits, we've been doing this 13 years. I still have anxiety. I still have stress. So this is me. Feels like I'm fucking it up all the time. That's me. Right? I feel like I'm inconsistent. I can be erratic with my behavior. I can be anxious. That can impact the team. And this doesn't matter whether you're a VC. This doesn't matter whether you're an employee or a teammate, whether you're just getting started or whether you're established. So what do we do? Because no tactic's going to help if you're anxious or if you're nervous about your business. What do we do? Does anyone know? Do you guys know? Minted? What do we do? Meditate. So there's two things that I've found to help. One is mental. It's like the mental tactics. Like, how do we get our head right? Because the anxiety is going to be there. I was up at like 2 a.m. anxious about this presentation. I was like, dude, what the hell? But it happens. And how do we approach it? And then two is the tactical. How do we actually, how do we get our head right? And then how do we actually get our business right? Whether you're an employee, whether you're a founder, whether you're a VC, whether you're a partner, doesn't matter. So let's get into the mental game. What are all the things, if you're anxious about your business, if you're feeling nervous, if things aren't going well, what can you do? This is where I need your help. You tell me what you do. Who said meditate? Meditate. Go for a run. You guys have all the answers. Shopping. Tapping. Tap dancing? What were you saying? Tapping? Really? Does that work? All right, presentation over. Tell me about this EFT thing. No, what do we do? Oh, man, I want to find out about this. Dude, that sounds cool. EFT. All right, tapping. What else do you guys do to get your mind right? Jillian? Laugh. Done? A lot of times anxiety, well, that was good. A lot of times the anxiety is because we lack a plan. And a lot of times it's the anxiety is because we don't feel control. What other things that you can do mentally? Any other ones? Yeah. Yeah. Totally. My therapist likes to say, don't live in the what if world. The what if world takes you away from today's world. And I think that's a great call out. Doing okay? You're not alone. Do you have a peer? We got to get you one today. Can someone be his peer? No, I'm serious. Are you starting a business? Where are you at? Who else is doing an MVP here or getting their business kind of going? Can someone come sit by him? Can you like move seats seriously? Oh, Kyle. Can you guys, so you three, can you guys peer it out? Yeah, no, seriously. Anybody else need a peer or not want to feel alone as they're getting going? Anybody? It's okay. No? All right. So here's a few things that I found. You guys have called a lot of them out. So first off, give yourself kindness. I think entrepreneurs, we are the meanest people in the world to ourselves. Like, our standards are high, and that's because we didn't like certain things. We wanted it better, and then that wanting of better never ends, and that's exhausting. So and this is something I've worked on for about 2 years now, just try to be nice to yourself. Just say, like, even in the smallest of ways. Like, hey, I showed up today. Hey, I'm sitting here. Hey, you took a big risk leaving a corporate job to go follow a dream. That's amazing. You should also be proud of that. As much as there's anxiety, be proud. Like, at least I'm living my life. the life you want to live. Next up, someone called it out. Go for a walk. I can't tell you. So I came up with this speech because I was really frustrated at work, and I went for a bike ride. And I was like, man, this is pretty good stuff. And that's every time I change from the seat. How many of us sit in seats all day like this, and then back at our houses or our offices? Go for a walk. It's not so bad. We're okay. We get to play on a computer and make money. It's pretty good. Get a good night's sleep. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Every time I'm mad, not at you guys, obviously, at the other people at AppSumo or at myself, I get a good night's sleep next day, fresh. This is what we're doing. Find your buddy. Who's going to give you honest feedback? Who can you count on? Who do people count on here? Ullman, who do you count on? Ilona. BJ. Your wife. Your wife is super honest? That's good. That's a great wife. This guy. That's great. You guys in the back, the gentleman with the nice hair? The lady to the left? Yeah, great. Yeah? Yeah, who do you count on for honest feedback? Business partner and best friend from a different world. If you guys are struggling in relationships or specifically in your business, go find your feedback friend. And text them right now, like, hey, I'm struggling with this specific thing. I have Adam Gilbert. I have people in the business. I have my friend Dan, who I worked on the speech with. One other thing, as you go to your feedback friend, as you have made mistakes in your business, as you're feeling anxious, make sure you apologize. There's some head nods here. You guys know the apologizing part? I think we skip out on that in recognizing some of our own, mistakes here. Next up is find the person that just believes in you. Who's the person that when you're struggling, you call them and they're like, yo, you're doing great. You're smiling. Who is it? Yeah. Hold on. Can you say it? I think that.
Yeah. The good thing of this friend of mine is that he has nothing to do with this business. And so, his feedback is always great. And, he believes very much in whatever I'm doing. So it like gives you the reflect you need in order to,
So for these things, maybe create your own checklist. Take a photo of it for yourself if you're feeling a little anxious that day, if you're feeling stressed out. And then I would say, lastly, the 40% rule. This is where I encourage you to complain, but you can only complain 40%. And then you have to stop. So if you're talking with a friend, you get 40 minutes or whatever. It depends if it's a 100-minute session. 40% is how much you get to complain, and then you stop. Then you got to do something about it. But yeah, 40%. That's a lot of complaining, and I encourage it. All right, next up is tactical. We only have 4 minutes, so I kind of got to jump into it. So I want to give a shout out to frog.com. So if you guys are looking for a customer experience platform, that was the original speech about growth marketing and hacking their business. Check it out, froged.com. But this is something that, as we're going through founders, we get stressed about ourselves. The customers don't give two shits about you. You know who do they care most about? Themselves. So when you're stressed, the easiest thing you can go do is take care of a customer. Like, go call a sponsor. Go call someone who's bought a course. Go hit up one customer today, right now, on your phone if you're feeling anxious about things. They don't care about you. They care about themselves, so go help them. And check out frog.com. If you guys have not, write it down, frog.com. So some tactical things. I have 3 minutes. So come back and be clear on your goal and the why. So for you, it's probably going to be helpful to say my goal is to make, for me with AppSumo, is $3,000 a month, and I just didn't want to have a boss. I was very clear on that goal since I graduated college, and I basically worked on that goal until I got it 10 years later. So this will help you remember why you're on this journey on Frog, why you're doing cxl.com, why you're doing your different business. Write it down and see it if you're feeling stressed about it. Write down and review your plan. As Dylan was talking about, if you don't have a plan, you don't have control, you feel like you don't know what to do. If you don't have a plan for your business, it's going to be very hard to succeed. If you have a plan, review it to see if you're on track for it or what you need to change. Again, go help one person. I think sometimes we overthink a lot of this business stuff. At the end of the day, I give them something, they give me money. That's it. I know we're doing all this other kind of expansion revenue and churn optimization shit. It's basically you help them, they like it, they pay you back. Double down, this is an AppSumo thing. In your business, I challenge every single one of you who's here on your phones, wherever you're at in the world, there is one thing that's worked for your business that you can do more of, that you have stopped doing or you're not doing enough. What is it? Can someone share one? I got 2 minutes. Anyone got a quick one? What has helped you sell for the conference? What's helped you do well in the conference? What's something you could do more that you guys maybe stopped doing or aren't doing enough of? Putting out more content for SaaStock on your Instagram, on the podcast, so forth. In every one of your businesses, think about what can you double down on. Find something to get excited by. We were having an AppSumo meeting planning our H2, and it was like, hey, what are you guys inspired by? And everyone's like, I don't know. I was like, well, that's a fucking problem. Find something to be excited about. You should be. You guys started your own businesses. You got jobs at cool companies to do something exciting. And if you're not, change it. Take the power back. That's one of my favorite phrases to say to myself. Am I taking my power? So go find something to get excited so you can work towards something. And lastly, review yourself weekly. I'll show you exactly how I do it. But as your feelings are changing, which happens as humans, unfortunately, because we're not robots, review what is impacting your feelings so that you can then improve them. Let me show you exactly how I do it. So I talked about helping one person. This is like one of my favorite YouTube channels, Small Town Spanish Speaker. She's got 2,000 subscribers, 141 views. I just leave comments. When I'm not feeling good, I go leave comments. Go find someone else and go help them. This is her. Great podcast, by the way, if you're trying to learn Spanish. So just go leave comments on the smallest things, or go email your customer, text your customer, call your customer, call a partner, call someone that you work with. The other thing is, if you want to take a photo of it, this is something I have an automatic every single Friday at 11 a.m. I get a Slack notification, and I review my week. How was my week? What happened in this week? So like SaaStock was good. I'm going to write that later today. Was I consistent? Write that down. Any comments on what made you consistent or not consistent? And then what are your top 3 for next week? I've done this every week now for almost 2 years. It's definitely, I'm still working as a leader. I know, I'm working. We're still improving. But this has helped me improve every single week. So, as the great Steve Jobs said, patience and longevity are underrated. He actually didn't say it, I did. So be patient. Try to see if you can sustain. The best people I've seen as entrepreneurs, as teammates, as employees, as founders, whatever, have lasted. So don't be so hard to be immediately successful and rich, all these, the FU money right now. If you can do it in 10 years, you're going to be happier and you're more likely to get it. That's time. So thank you very much. If you want to message me and if you're feeling anxious, if you're feeling stressed about marketing or something like that, join okdort.com. It's my newsletter, and you can hit reply to the welcome email, and I'll message you back. As well, the AppSumo team is here. If you're a SaaS creator, there's Nick. The whole AppSumo team is right. You guys want to raise your hand? The guys are right here. What up? Go holler at them. #1 distribution channel for SaaS products. I don't know what this wrestling thing was. That's it. Thank you all very much.
Okay. Awesome. Good? All right. Oh, we're going to do some Q&A.
Oh. You guys want Q&A?
You want Q&A?
Sure.
Okay. We got like 2 minutes of Q&A. I'll ask one question.
Yeah. Hey, Matthew. Great shirt,
man.
by the way. Give it up for your shirt. That's
It's my wife. My
standing
wife
ovation.
Me, you know? Yeah, so if you were to start all over again, what would you do differently? Knowing what you know now.
I think I don't know. I wouldn't start over. I think first I would just stay rich and like keep. I think what I've observed, two key pieces is #1, just find the work you love to do and you'll generally get rich doing that. And whenever I've chased money, which I've done a lot of in my career, I've flamed out or it didn't work out for different reasons. The second thing I would try to aim for is try to be around really interesting or rich people. Right? Like I think a lot of my success is because I was in Silicon Valley working for Mark Zuckerberg. And now I have a podcast and I have a YouTube channel, and like it literally puts me in places where I'm hanging out with people I admire, and then I can, if I ever need to start again, I'd be like, well, I have all these people I've met that are pretty wealthy or pretty interesting or successful. I can go, I've helped them, I've known them, I can go interact with them.
If you had to choose between interesting or rich, which one would you go for?
Interesting. Interesting.
Okay, all right, good. All right, good. You talked a little bit about, are we bringing the chairs up too for the fireside chat? I think we're working on those. Yeah, you talked about like sharing content as well, and I think this is something that probably is relevant for the room. It's relevant for everybody. Oversharing, right? Because you talked about nobody cares, your customers don't care what you're going through, but at the same time, we live in an era of personal brands and stuff, you know. So like, how like, do you feel at times like second guessing yourself? Should I share this or should I not?
Yeah, I would share and figure out what your threshold is. I think I've been mindful to share things that I think the people I work with, I'd feel sensitive to them. I've shared a lot of things. I'm like, dude, they're gonna go crazy when I share this about me, and then like no one cares.
No one cares.
What people cared the most about, this is crazy. In the past year, the number one thing that I've shared that people went crazy for is my facial skin routine. That was the thing. Everyone's like, whoa, I can't believe it. I'm like, I've shared revenue numbers, I've shared dating things, I've shared all this business stuff. They don't care two shits except my face screen. They're like, oh, tell us that. Sign up for okdork.com, you find out.
Must be really good face cream. I mean, you got nice complexion.
Pretty good.
You know,
pretty good.
yeah,
a lot of it's genetics, but
Yeah,
the point being is, I think it's also, you don't have to be, in your business, if you're trying to grow it and you think you have to make content, that's not true. Do the thing you like to do. I make content whether anyone reads it, whether we make money on AppSumo or not. I've done it for 20 years and I'll do it for the next 20 because I enjoy it. And so I think in your businesses, come back and find just the thing you enjoy and share. Like, I like when I share something, they respond.
Yeah.
So I want to push that edge personally.
Yeah. Well, hey, me on behalf of everybody in the room, we enjoy watching you enjoy doing what you do best. Keep producing content, keep sharing, because it's helping a lot of people and it's inspiring, man. So it's fun. Thanks for bringing us on your journey.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys very much.
Yeah. Thank you, dude.